Okay. Good afternoon to all. We will start now. Others will join later. No issue. We will start. Okay. Good afternoon. So far we discussed Unit 1 and Unit 2. We have finished 15 classes. So all the classes so far we discussed only Unit number 1 and Unit number 2. So because based on your characters, actually we told the faculty is not taking class properly for Unit 1 and 2. So that's why we covered all the problems and how to answer for Unit 1 and Unit 2. Everything we finished now. So now we are going to Unit 3. So almost we know well what are the important questions in Unit 3 and how we are going to answer. Everything you know. Anyhow, it is for recalling purpose and start again. Okay. So fine. So now in the case we are going to move on Unit number 3. That is two-dimensional scalar variable problems. Okay. So here what I am going to discuss with you means, first I am going to discuss what are the 2 more questions I am going to ask in Unit 3, and we will go slowly move into the questions. Okay. So first, so in two-dimensional scalar variable problems, what are all the important 2 more questions? Okay. So they are going to ask only very few theory questions. First of all, maybe a formula they are going to ask. Okay. So in which very first case they are going to ask what is meant by two-dimensional element. So these are some of the this is one of the important questions in Unit 3. Okay. So what is two-dimensional elements? So we know well what actually we are telling now, two-dimensional element nothing but we have only 2 dimensions, either length, height or length or width or length, whatever. So length is only we discuss. Anyhow, but go for the examination, you should write. So it is defined by 3 or more nodes in a 2-dimensional plane. Okay, so we have contained 3 or more nodes, either maybe 4 nodes, 5 nodes, 6 nodes, whatever maybe. Nodes may be high, but the plane should be 2. Okay, so the thing is 3 or more nodes in a 2-dimensional plane, then it is called 2-dimensional elements. Okay, so 2-dimensional element is nothing but simply 2 or more nodes, 3 or more nodes lies in 2-dimensional plane, that is xy plane. சொல்லுப்பா
சார் வாய்ஸ் க்ளீனாகவே இல்லை சார், சுத்தமாக கேட்க முடியும் சார்.
அப்படியா, ஒரே நிமிஷம். Is it clear now? I hope now it is okay. Yes? it's fine? Yes, I hope it's fine now. Yes. இப்போ ஓகேவா இருக்கா? சேட் பாக்ஸ் ரிப்ளை பண்ணவே குவைட் குட். Is it clear now? Hope now we can hear. Yes? Yeah. Right. Okay. Let me come. Okay. Nice. Okay, right? Just anyone reply in the chat box. Is it clear or not? Okay, fine. Okay, actually, so just to brief movie, so far we discussed unit 1 and unit 2. This is the request unit 1 unit 2 நம்ம again எடுத்தோம். என்ன ரீசன்னா நீங்கள் வந்து ஃபேக்கல்ட்டி சரியாக டீச் பண்ண அது மேபி உங்களுக்கு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் ஆகலன்னு சொன்னதுனால unit 1 unit 2 everything all the problems we discussed. Okay, so unit 3 4 5 which is taken by me only, so I hope it's you may understand very well than unit 1 and unit 2. Okay, so now I am going to revise the unit. Okay, so just we go slowly, we will move. Okay, very first we are going to discuss unit number 3, that is 2 mark question. So unit number 3, that is nothing but 2 dimensional scalar algebra problems. Okay, so first we are going to discuss, so what are all the important part A question. Okay, what are the part A question? Very first question they will ask, so what is 2 dimensional element? That is a very important question they frequently ask. So normally we will answer no. So we have either 2 dimensions on the plane or surface, then it is called 2 dimensional element. Actually entirely it is wrong. So normally 2 dimensional element means you may tell like this, but in FCA how we are going to answer means, so in FCA we are going to define everything with the help of nodes only. Okay, so we will define 2 dimensional elements also, like so if the plane 3 or more nodes in a 2 dimensional plane, then it is called a 2 dimensional. Okay, so we should have at least 3 or 4 nodes, 3 or 4 more nodes, 3 4 5 nodes will be there, no issue. So a number of nodes, but it should lies only in 2 dimensional plane, which is x and y plane alone, then it is called 2 dimensional. Okay, so 2 dimensional element is nothing but, so 3 or more nodes lies in a 2 dimensional planes, then it is called 2 dimensional element. That's it. Okay, so your planes is nothing but x and y planes. Okay, so that is the answer for 2 dimensional elements. Another important question is actually in unit number 3, totally theory question in part A means totally we have only 5 or 6 questions, not more than that. Okay, so out of 6, the first question is what is 2 dimensional elements. The next question is what is CST element, they will ask. Okay, so that is a constant strain triangle element. Already we discussed while taking the class itself. Here I am just revising it. Okay, CST element, LST element and QST element. These 3 questions definitely come. Okay, so CST, LST and QST element. So CST is nothing but constant strain triangular element. LST is nothing but linear strain triangular element, whereas QST is quadratic strain triangular element. So this is what the meaning of LST, QST and CST. Okay, so what it exactly means? It means nothing but it has 6 simply it means triangular element. No, that each triangular element contains each node. Okay, so 3 noded triangular element is known as constant strain triangular element. Okay, 3 node triangular we have 3 points. So 3 points. So each point we have a node, then it is called a CST element. Okay, so 3 noded triangular element is known as constant strain triangular element, whereas 6 noded triangular element is known as LST element. Okay, if I have 6 noded in the triangular element itself, then it is called LST, that is linear strain triangular element. So QST element nothing but 10 node triangle element. That is a different. So 3 node, 6 node and 10 node. So 3 node stands for CST, 6 node stands for LST and QST stands for 10 node element. So look like a alphabetic order it will come. So A, B, C, D, C is first one, so 3, next is L, so we have 6 and finally we have QST is 10 node triangle. So these are totally 4 questions. So out of 6, 4 questions we covered. Okay. So the out of these 6, compulsorily one theory question will come. Another all the questions from formulas. Okay. So what are the formula you are going to use in the big question? No, the same they are going to ask. Example, they'll ask what is the formula for stress strain triangular matrix. Okay. So what is the relationship between, what is the formula of sigma, what is the formula of tau, like this they'll ask. Okay. So anyhow you should strong in formulas also. Anyway, we are going to solve the problem, so for which we should know formulas. The 2 mark also they'll ask the same thing. Okay. So another one they'll ask path line and streamline. These are all the question unit 3. So path line nothing but simply flow of fluid, linear flow of fluid. The path is known as linear, that is path line. So simply the fluid flow from one region to another region by linear order. That connecting of point is called path line. Whereas streamline is imaginary one. So out of this path we are going to assume some imaginary part outside of the linear line. That is called streamline. That is the 2 mark question. So in the 2 mark question maximum they will ask these questions. So once you go for the examination, you just revise these 6 questions alone. Okay, the first one is what is 2-dimensional element. The second one CST, LST and QST element, those 3. Then streamline and path line. These are all the questions repeatedly they'll ask. Okay. So now we move into the big question. So before moving into the big question, we go for some of the formulas, basic formulas. So what are the formulas we required? Okay. So very first you should know shape function. That is N1, N2, N3 and N4. Maximum 4 shape function only will come. Okay, according to our syllabus. So here we have a shape function N1, N2 and N3 and N4. Okay. So what is the formula to find out the shape function? So first thing you need to find out X and Y value, that is coordinate value you should find out. So maximum question they will give you a coordinate by giving the diagram itself. Suppose for 6 mark questions, they won't ask 6 mark question. In case they have taken the 6 mark question, then your parties you need to find out coordinate. There they won't give any diagrams. So in such case, how will you find? So they'll give the points, that is each coordinate point they'll give. Look like so simply they'll give a triangular element. In the triangular element they'll give the points, node point around node point as well as each point dimension they give. You need to find out the exact x comma y value. Okay, so they'll give the first node, second node and third node values. With the help of these x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3, you need to find out the x value and y value. The formula here is x coordinate x is equal to x1 minus x3 into n1 plus x2 minus x3 into n2 plus x3. That is the formula. So in this formula, what you do means simply you have to write all the unit formulas in a single notebook. Before go for the examination, you just go through with all the formulas, because all the formulas more relatively similar. So we simply have a look on it, then it is quite easy to write the examination well. So the next formula is area. So irrespective of the unit, you should find out the area of the triangular element. So area simply you may go half into BH. That's quite easy. So some may not find out what is the length of breadth, what is the length of height. So for such case, you may use half into modulus of 1, 1, 1, x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3. That is actually standard formula. For simplification purpose, you go with the half into BH. That is quite easy. So better go with half BH in order to reduce your time. Because FEA already we discussed. Now we already solved the problem in the examination. It takes much more time. We didn't find right time to finish the problem. So for which what you do, you have to go with at the maximum you minimize your problem solving skill. That is quite good. Okay. So look here, area of the triangular element half into modulus of 1, 1, 1, x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3 is a standard formula. If you know well how to calculate B and H by looking at the diagram itself, then go with half into BH. That's quite good. Okay. So the next strain displacement matrix CST element. So this is what the important one, because they will ask 2 more question also. Okay. That is B matrix. So very first in big question you should know what is the coordination value of x and y. Then you need to find out the area. Then you have to go with the stress strain, stress displacement matrix, and finally go with stress strain, and finally go with the K matrix. So like this is what the order you need to follow. Okay. So for strain displacement matrix, the formula is B is equal to 1 by 2A the modulus of, already I told you how to easily mug up the formulas. So very first you see q1 is there, next value 0, q2 0, q3 and 0. That is a very first row. In second row, wherever you have put q1, there you put 0. Wherever you put 0, then you put r1. That is, so 0, r1, 0, r2, 0, r3. Likewise it will come. And finally third row, you just starting with r1, again q1, r2, q2, r3, q3. So that is what for easily you may easily mug up the formula for strain displacement matrix. So if we know well what is the x value, what is the y value, so then we know x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3. But here new term, that is q1 r1 is there, so that you should know how to find out q1 r1 also. So okay, so for q1, q always relate with y, r always relate with x, that you have to remember. Okay, so q1 r, so r stands for x, look like r symbol is look like x, so like this you want to remember. So for r, for first you go to what is the formula for q1. So q1, that already I told, so simply you may write 1 2 3. Okay, this is, that is like 1 2 3 you may take. So very first, if you want to q1, then you have to write the formula is y2 minus y3. So exactly the next value, 1 after 2, 2 after 3, like this. So first you need to find out q1 now, then definitely the value y2 and y3. So next q2 means you go with starting with y3 minus, again it comes y1. So likewise you go. So 1 2 3 order, you have 1 2 3, again 1 2 3, likewise it will go. So we easily find the formula for q1, q2 and q3. That is a basic term. Next you go with r1. So for r1, r2, r3, you need to reverse, you have to go with 3 2 1, again 3, like this. Okay, then it is quite easy to mark up. So 3 2 1 you go now. First you have to find out r1. So r1 value, so 1 after we should know 3, then 2 will 3 after 2 will come, like this will go. So r1 is equal to x3 minus x2. So likewise it go. So for q you have to go with ascending order. You go with for r1 r2 r1 r2 3, you go with the descending order. That's it. So 1 2 3 1 2 3, like this it will go for q, whereas r1 r2 3 3 2 1 3 2 1 3 2 1 will go. That's it. You may easily find out mark up the formula for strain displacement matrix. Then stress strain relationship matrix, that is called a D matrix. So once you find B matrix, then you have to find out D matrix. So D is equal to E by 1 minus V squared modulus of 1 V0 V10 0 0 1 minus V by squared V by 2. So actually E is nothing but Poisson, E is nothing but Young's modulus. Question itself they gave. V is nothing but Poisson ratio, that also question itself they'll give. So no need to worry about the unknown data. So finally, for go with the what is the element stiffness matrix, that is K matrix. That is what our aim. So maximum for 13 mark question they'll ask up to element stiffness matrix. K is equal to B transfer D BAT. So this is not a common formula for all. Only thing, the final only they will change based on the unit. So for third unit it is common. So K is equal to B transfer D BAT. So you need to follow the same order, because we need to go with multiplication of matrix, so you should follow the same order now to get the correct answer. Okay, so stiffness matrix first CST element K is equal to B transfer D B into A is nothing but area, T is nothing but thickness. They will give they give. Then very rare case they'll ask sigma is equal to dBu. So sigma they'll ask, so dBu, all the value we know well. Again you have to find out just sigma value around. So u1 v1 u2 v2 u3 v3 everything we may easily find by looking the diagram itself. Okay, so the maximum normal stress, minimum normal stress they won't ask, but they'll ask in 2 more question. Okay, so what is the formula to find out the maximum normal stress for CST element? You should know these things. Okay, so that is also very easy. Sigma max equal to sigma x plus sigma y by 2, same root of sigma x minus sigma y by 2 the whole square plus tau xy. That's it. So actually the formulas and all very easy, but you have to remember just a little bit extra care. That's it. So the principal angle, these are important 2 more questions. So they'll ask what is the principal angle of CST element. So tan 2 theta p is equal to 2 tau xy by sigma x minus 6 or sigma y. That is what a principal angle. So these are all the important 2 mark as well as formulas in unit 3. Once you know these all formulas, then unit 3 become very easy. So what is the thing? You should know how to find out x and y, that is coordinate. You should how to find the coordinate value with the help of normal coordinate and shape function. So after this you should know what is how to find out area, then B matrix, D matrix, and finally K matrix. That is what a step by step procedure. Now we will go with one problem, that is one big problem. This is one problem I'm going to discuss. I hope this one problem is enough to revise. Okay, fine. So now the question is, the two-dimensional, they are giving the structure like this. This is a truss element actually. They are giving a rectangular box like this. They mention each node point as well as element point. So as we know well, so once we put a number and put a round over it, then it is called element. So simply a number, it is called node. So here we have 1 2 3 4 nodes, and 1 and 2 elements will be there. So what you are going to do, you need to find out the what is you are going to find out is figure 1 is determine the nodal displacement. So you need to find out u1 u2 u3 u4 and v1 v2 v3 v4 you need to find out. And the stresses is just around, they are asking sigma also, so you have to find out. So they are giving body force is neglected, so you need to neglect the body force other than the force they are giving. So they are giving thickness, Young's modulus, and Poisson ratio. So these are all the data. Once you know this problem, once you know how to solve this problem, then what are the questions they will ask in the unit 3, you may easily solve. Okay. So the question they are giving as first element lies 1 3 4 node. Second element lies 1 2 3 node. So first you have to calculate first element, that is first triangular element, which lies 1 3 4 nodes. So first you have to calculate the stiffness matrix for element 1. Then you go for stiffness matrix element 2. Okay. So here we look for how to find out the area. No? So normally prefer the area of BH. Why? Because that is quite easy. So see here, the length is 1000. So B is 1000, you may easily mark. So B is 1000 we have. So easily you have to mark. Height they are giving 750. So H is 750. That's it. So we may easily find out the area. Okay. So now go with the next step. So what are the data they are given? So thickness they are giving, Young's modulus they are giving, Poisson ratio they are giving, as well as all the values you have to write. So first node you have to write u1 and v1. So u1 in x direction, v1 in y direction. So that equals u2, v2, u3, v3, and u4, and v4 you have to write. So these are all the data they are giving. So what you are going to find out? You need to find out the nodal displacement. Nothing but u1, u2, u3, u4, and v1, v2, v3, and v4. And finally they are asking element stress also. So sigma for element 1 and sigma for element 2 you need to find out. That's why sigma 1 and sigma 2 you need to find out. That's it. So we go for the answer. So first you consider the element 1, that is lies between 1, 3 and 4. These are element 1. Okay. So in the element 1 we know the value of x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. That many of you had a doubt. So how to mark these values, the one element x1, x2, x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, how to mark. So I'm repeating here. So take just simply they are giving no. So I take one triangular here. This one triangle they are giving. Oh, wait a minute. So the triangle they are giving us very fast like this they are giving. This is all triangular. So here the x distance is 1000 and y distance is 750. So this is what they are giving. So for marking the point, the very starting point always we know that is 0, 0. This is what x1, y1. Whereas here in this point, so you may consider total total square box. Then you may easy. This is 1000. So the second point, x there is no motion. Sorry, x is a motion, that is 1000 motion in x direction. There is no motion in y. So what you do, you have to write the value as 1000, 0. That is for the second point. Whereas third point, x direction 1000 moving, y direction 750. So 1000, 750 you have to write. Look like our graph data. How to plot the graph? No, the same thing. So here there is no more motion at the x direction, so only y direction. So 0, 750. So this is what the 4 nodal points. So the first point is 0, 0. Second node point is here, that is in this pointer. So here it is 1000, 0. And third node point is 1000, 750. And fourth node is 0, 750. This is what the data. So okay. So here only we lies 1, 3, 4. So you need to write 1, 3, 4. So here x1, y1, x2, y2, and x3, y3 value you need to take. That is 0, 0, 1000, 750 and 0, 750. Now go with the formula. First you have to find out the area. So they are using the formula 111 x1 x2 x3 y1 y2 y3. So you just go with area formula like half into BH. So we know well B is nothing but 1000, H is nothing but 750 by 2. So by cancel here we may get 375. We may get the answer 375 in 10 power 3 millimeter square. So we may easily get the answer. So instead of go with this, we may easily reduce the time. So 1000 is 750 by 2, you may get the answer same. A is equal to 375 in 10 power 3. So better go with A is equal to half into BH. That's it, quite easy. We easily find out A first. Then you go with B matrix, that is 1 by 2A, Q1 0, Q1 0, Q2 0, Q3 0, 0, R1 0, R2 0, R3, R1 Q1, R2 Q2, R3 Q3. So then lies, you write the formula Q1, Q2, Q3, R1, R2, R3. Then you may find out the each value of Q1, Q2, Q3 and R1, R2, R3. So I already told how to easily remember the formula also. So by using this, you may easily find out the values of Q1, Q2, Q3, R1, R2, R3. So now you have to substitute the value in the formula and the matrix itself. Then you may find out the B matrix. Okay. So now I got the B matrix some values 250 into. Always you should not go multiply the outside of the matrix value into inside. Just keep as it is same. At final simplification, we go for all the multiplication. So simply very first you just substitute the value and keep the matrix as same. Don't multiply anything inside or outside. Just keep the value as it is. So then go with the stress strain relationship matrix, that is the D matrix. So D is equal to, already we know the formula, E by 1 minus V squared, the value. So n smallest they are giving, at the same time they are giving the E value also. So just Poisson ratio also they are giving. So just to substitute the value in each. So that here also you just find out the answer. Here no need to mug up, no need to simplify, just keep it. So here they simplified, no need to keep simplify, just keep as it is. So D value is some value with in terms of matrix. So now, so we know the formula K, that is all our term first. So we need to find out the stiffness matrix. So K matrix is equal to DBU. So for otherwise the B transfer DB into AT, that is a formula. So first you need to multiply D and B matrix. So D matrix value we know, B matrix value you know. So first you have to substitute D matrix only. So what is the order we have? The same order you have to substitute and find out the answer. For easy simple by using the matrix multiplication. So next class I am telling you that how to use the calculator by easy manner. By using calculator you may go with matrix multiplication everything, that I will discuss in next class. Okay. So next class you should come along with calculator. I will explain how to do. Okay. So here with the help of calculator you multiply everything and find out the answer of D and B matrix. So next you go with B transfer, because K formula we know, B transfer then DB AT, that is for a formula. So already we find DB matrix, now we go with the B transfer. So B transfer, I think with only row is changed into column, column changed into row, that's it. So row and column interchange. So you just interchange. So instead of 3 cross 6 matrix, you got 6 cross 3 matrix. So B transfer, we got the answer now. So now we got to multiply, what do? You got to multiply this B transfer into, already we got the values, that is DB matrix. Just multiply. So here too we are going to use the calculator, that I will tell in the next class, because if you use manually, definitely it takes much more time. At the same time it may commit some mistake. Okay, so better go with the calculator, it's quite easy. Just substitute the value, you may easily get the answer. So finally we get the answer B transfer DB for element 1, that is for B transfer. Then you have to multiply along with this value into A into T. So that is area into thickness also you need to multiply, then only you may get the K value, that is stiffness matrix for element 1. So just multiply this for area, 375 in 10 power 3 is the area, into thickness is 10 they are giving. So just multiply, you may get the answer of element stiffness matrix for K. So here they are keeping 1 in 10 power 4 as a constant. So keep outside, rest of all keep inside. Why? Because in order to add element 1 on element 2 easy manner. Okay, so just keep 1 in 10 power 4 outside, everything is keeping it inside. So we found element 1 stiffness matrix. Like the same way you should go for before that. So here we know element stiffness matrix we drawn, but you should write U1, U2, U3 values also. So element 1 lies between 1, 3, 4. Just remind that 1, 3, 4. So you have to write U1, V1, then you have to write U2, because here 1 after 3 will come. So 3, U3, V3 and U4, V4. Likewise you have to write. Okay, so U1, U1, V1, V1, U3, V3, U4, V4. This is what order you just formulate and stop for element 1. Now the same step you go with the element 2. The areas should be same. but it's little bit change in your B matrix and D matrix. So go for the same by B matrix and multiply B and D matrix, so D and B matrix, then B transfer DB and AT you want to find out, and finally go with K2 for element matrix, stiffness matrix for element 2 also you need to find out. After find this, here to you just formulate U1, U2, U3. So here element 2 lies between 1, 2 and 3. So the values U1 V1, U2 V2, U3 V3. So likewise you have to form. So two stiffness matrix you find. Now you go with global stiffness matrix, that is for the entire structure you need to find out the stiffness matrix. So for entire structure is you just add, first what you do, K is equal to just to form one matrix, just make U1 U1 V1, U2 V2, U3 V3, U4 V4, the same you have to mark. Wherever you are having U1 value, just add and find out the global stiffness matrix, that is 8 cross 8 matrix you got. Okay, so that is what your final global stiffness matrix. So this is what our answer you have to write for stiffness matrix. So now we are going to simplify by applying boundary condition. Okay, so here we know well force value F is equal to K into U. This is general formula starting from for unit 1 to unit 5. So this you have to common. So U is nothing but U1 U2, U1 V1, U2 V2, U3 V3 and U4 V4. This is what a common term, just write as it is what we have. So force value F1x, F1y, F2x, F2y. So force in x direction, y direction, like this you have to write all the 4 nodes. Okay, this is what a format. Now you are going to apply the boundary condition. For the boundary condition, so you just take this sort of figure we have. So here the end is fixed, here the end is fixed. So the here one side is locked. So like this side, that is y side is locked. So x direction there is some motion will be there. So x direction motion there is no motion, but y side there is some motion. So here it is free, but here load is acting. So now what do you do? Look, node 1 and node 4 are fixed. The 1, 2, 3, 4 node. So 1 and 4 is fixed. So U1 V1, U4 V4 is must be 0 because it is fixed end. Okay, and node 2 in x direction, that is moving only in x direction, y direction there is no motion, that is V2 is equal to 0, U2 is not equal to 0, you need to find out the U2 value. And node 3, here the load is acting towards right side, so you have to put 75,000 Newton. It is 75 km they are giving. So 75,000 Newton you have to, except all the side, all are there is no force, so everything become 0. So now what you do? You need to apply the boundary condition in the last answer. So here just apply the every answer. So U1 U2 0, U2 we have some value we don't know. Then V2 value 0, U3 V3 not 0 because there is no fixed end. U4 and V4 also fixed with 0. The for force only F3x, F3y only 75 10 power 3 you are put. So now what you do? Wherever we have the value 0, just cancel it. So we have the first row as 0, so cancel first row and first column. And second row will be 0, same, second row have to cancel, second row column also cancel. Then fourth row, so you have to cancel the fourth row, it will here too, fourth row cancel and fourth column also cancel. Then last 5 and 6, so 7 and 8, so 7 and 8 you have to cancel including this 0, so here 7 and 8 0, 7 and 8 also cancel. So now we have the value only these 3. Okay, so just you have to write these values here. So this was a simplified equation. After applying all the boundary condition, we got the value that is 0, 75 and 10 power minus 3, 10 power 3 is 0 and all the values here. So by using calculator you may easily find out the U2, U3, V3 value. Okay, here too we are going to use calculator only by using equation formula. So no need to go with again you are going to Gauss elimination method. It is again it takes time. So better go with the calculator itself. So now we may easily find out U1, U2, U3, U4, V1, V2, V3 and V4. So this is not our term. They are asking only first nodal displacement we found. Then they are asking sigma also. So sigma we have the formula sigma is equal to dBu. Okay. So D and B also we have the form already we have dB. You just multiply the value, you may get the answer of sigma values for element 1. Likewise, you may find the element 2 also. That's all. The problem got over. Okay. So here the thing is you need to find out. First you need to remember the formulas. Step by step you need to go. How to effectively use a calculator. It takes good advantage. Okay. So next class I am going to discuss with you how to use the calculator effectively. how to multiply the matrix multiplication in the calculator and the equation, everything I will discuss with you. So hope you understand what we have discussed today. Okay, is there any doubt you may ask now? Any doubt? Okay, if not, just wait. I'll take attendance, then you may leave. Okay, just wait a minute. I'll take attendance, then you leave. Okay, you may leave now. Okay, but you may leave now. Thank you.
நீ சத்தம் போடுறதுல இது படபடன்னு இருக்குது. சத்தத்தில் அப்படி இருக்கு. எப்போ தெரியும் இது லாஸ்ட்டாக கேட்டது? உன் அண்ணாட்ட பேசிட்டு இருந்தேன். எல்லாத்தையும் நீ கட்டி பேசிட்டு இருந்தேன் அங்கே இருக்கும்போது.